So, Arsenal have won 6-0. Kenny Ken's loving life. He's closing doors and all sorts. Jez is fucking in his basement. Yeah, loving life. Where's the ladders, Jez? You've got rid of the ladders. That was Arsenal climbing. That was Arsenal climbing out of relegation, mate. But we've won 6-0 tonight. Comfortable victory. Aubameyang is back. The process has just banged. And we're going to do player ratings. And make sure you go and follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta and Twitter.
Don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Don't follow Chess. Sorry, mate. But yeah, listen, let's start off. Listen, debut, Kenny, for our new goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Clean sheet, 6-0 victory. What did you make of his performance, mate?
West Brom at the beginning pressed him really hard, but I thought his handling and his command of his area, you know, people talk about me being a young goalkeeper, but he's actually got a lot of experience at all levels, lower, league of the professionals at plus the Premiership. And I thought I'd give him 7 because he did make some critical saves today.
Yeah, he made a nice little save down to his right-hand side at 0-0, I think it was. And then a couple of shots at him. Yeah, he done all right. There was a shot that I think bounced off of Callum Chambers, I think it was, or Kolasinac. And at the time on the watch-along, I was like, oh, he's spilt it. When I watched the replay from the reverse, it was like, oh my days, how did you save that? But Jez, let's move on. Let's go to Callum Chambers. Played right back today.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, against the team he played, let's be fair. I thought he did all right. Be fair. Yeah, I mean, come on. It was the second 11, wasn't it? Let's be fair. But I thought he did all right. Be fair. And I would. I've actually got him down here as a 6.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair enough. Like going forward, I don't think he was great defensively. Didn't have a lot to do.
He did a job. He did a job.
Clean and tidy. Kenny, I'm going to give you your pronunciation. Nuno Tavares.
You know what? He's very. You know, one thing I like about Nuno Tavares is that, he's you know, a lot of people on Twitter were saying that he reminds them of Carlo Torre in terms of all enthusiasm, raw. But to a certain extent, if you could just coach him, you're going to have a top class left back on your hands, and it's going to be a situation where when Tierney is injured, which he is regularly.
Great chat, Kenny. That's what happens when you're streaming live. Well, recording live. I'm sure Kenny will be back again in a minute. Here he is.
Sorry, back. Oh, sorry. So basically, we're going to have a situation where we ain't going to miss Kieran Tierney because Tavares is going to be the top class. And I thought Tavares had a good game. I'm going to give him 7 because he showed a lot of enthusiasm and he did get forward. I think defensively, he'd be good moving forward.
For his age. For his age,
definitely.
He actually done really well tonight.
I think he'd be a player who I think can push Kieran Tierney for the left back position, or if he gets fed up, we'll get good money for him if he eventually leaves.
Yeah, facts.
He's that good. He's going to be a good player, I think.
Jez, let's go Rob Holding.
I agree with Kenny on that one. I've got a tab for 7. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Rob Holding, Jez. Rob Holding. Clean sheet. A couple of iffy moments with Granit Xhaka where they're passing around like on the touchline, putting it out for goal kicks corners. What did you make of him overall?
Was it me? Oh, Kenny, can you hear him?
Yeah. Can you hear him?
Again, this is going really well, isn't it?
Can you hear him, Chase?
I can't hear anything. It's up.
Jez has had an absolute nightmare. This is going really well.
This has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, Jez has gone. Yeah, go on, Kenny. Rob Holding.
I'll give Rob Holding. You know what? I think this is his kind of game. He loves a tear up. He loves a bit of physical battle. And I'll give her 6. Didn't have much to do. I thought, let's face it, 6 players made their debuts and it showed.
Yeah, I think so. I think like the first 15 minutes or so, they were really pressing. It was like Bielsa's Leeds. Yeah, but I said this in the build-up, like before the watch along. I was like, if you can overcome the press, you will absolutely batter this team because they do play very similar to Bielsa. Yeah, high energy, high tempo, press. But if you can overcome that press, they're raggedy and they're out of shape. And they run out of steam. Like they showed what they were. They're a championship team. Let's go to Said Kolasinac. I don't know why he was starting the game in the first place, but he played centre back, left centre back. What did you make of him overall?
To be honest, he didn't have any quality to trouble him. It was a 6. You know, he did what he had to do. You know, and he showed his experience. But you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I think he's played. I think maybe Arteta anticipated that West Brom were going to play a lot of youngsters and change the team because getting the Premiership is a priority. So it was a no-brainer to play Kolasinac. It wouldn't cause the team harm playing him there because there was going to be no quality coming at him.
Let's go to midfield. Granit Xhaka signed a new contract this week. Not that you would know about it, Kenny, unless you're on Facebook following Arsenal, because they didn't announce it on any other platform. But yeah, he got substituted in the second half. What did you make of his performance overall?
You know what? Granit Xhaka is what he is in a tin. He's not going to do anything spectacular on a regular basis. Occasionally he may score goals, you know, but he's just one of those people who just kept it ticking over. It was an easy game for him to play in midfield because, one, you know, it was a simple ball over the top, and they knew that Aubameyang and Pepe were on the shoulder, so it was an easy game for him. But you know, he did I'll give him a 7 because it was easy. Nothing spectacular, but you know, West Brom aided and abetted us, and you know, he was always going to look good against a team that gives us that much space.
Mohamed El Neni.
Squad player. You know, I think what's happened is that there's going to be a time when I don't think any Arsenal fan dislikes El Neni. They appreciate he's a squad player, and they appreciate that he would do anything for the side. And I think deep down we like that. However, one of the reasons we get frustrated with Mohamed is because he isn't really first team material. And we, you know, a club that should be winning leagues and playing in Champions Leagues, semi-finals or final, need better than Mohamed. But as a squad player, not a problem. But performance, again, 7. I'll give Mohamed 7 because, you know, he did put in some good balls and enabled us to open up West Brom. And, you know, it was very easy for Mohamed to play well in this team today because of the space that every player got today.
Let's move forward. Martin Odegaard making his official debut as a proper Arsenal player, not a lone Arsenal player. Got a backheel assist for Bukayo Saka's goal, hit the post from about a centimetre out. What did you make of him overall?
I thought he looked off the pace a bit. I thought that the actual quality in midfield came from El Neni and Xhaka. But you know, Martin Odegaard, you know, he did very good. You'll find that probably he did the right thing in the number 8 position because he knows that, you know, that he's going to have runners of the front 3. You know, going to have play the runners are running off. You know, Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang, and to a certain extent, Smith Rowe it would do Smith Rowe no harm watching how Odegaard plays, because when Smith Rowe plays in that team, Odegaard knows when to go deep and he knows when to go closer to our forwards, and he's actually got the football intelligence. He's not much older than Emil, but in terms of experience, especially big game experience, not so much for Real Madrid, but for Norway, and obviously for the clubs he gets loaned out to, he knows the game in the world. I think if you ask me, I'd put Smith Rowe on the bench and play Odegaard there for the team shape. But today I'll give him a 6 because it was a game where he was just there for his fitness.
Yeah, it was a fitness test rather than a performance test. Let's go to Nicolas Pepe. Scored, hit the post, hit the bar.
Space in it. Is it? You know, Nicolas Pepe will play good football for this club in two ways. If Arsenal dominant the ball, then Pepe will play well. If he's got space, then he's going to be unplayable. And that's one thing about it is that players like Pepe thrive when in possession teams. Pepe for Man City, you look $1 million because they're always dominate possession and they're always play front foot football. Same he'd do well at Liverpool, and he'd do well at. I don't know if he'd be able to do well at Chelsea because they play a little bit different to Liverpool and Man City. But good players like that, off the cuff players like that, would thrive on being on the ball all the time and space. And I thought today I'm going to give him an 8 because I thought it was a Pepe. Pepe, when you play teams, that in the League Cup or the Europa League, which you're playing last season, and they're, with all due respect, lack the experience and not top level. Pepe's your man for those sort of games because he's direct.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I don't disagree. I think he's a quality footballer, but you have to play him in a certain system against a certain team to get the best out of him.
The thing is that I don't know why you've got a commodity worth £72 million and you're not using it to the benefit of the football club. It astounds me. Hello, Jess.
I don't know what's going on here. Something's fucking going on with this bloody internet. I have no idea.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate, but you're lagging a little bit, mate. Jez, we've got all the way up to Pepe. I'm going to give you Bukayo Saka. Scored a great goal. I thought he was sick. What did you make of him tonight?
Nah, it's not working, mate. Lee, I'm going to bail out, mate, because something's just not right with this. I think it's the update I've had today. I think it's fucked my computer up, to be fair.
Nicolas Pepe.
So, apologies, guys, but
your Mac, mate.
We'll see you Friday for the whatever day we do the podcast.
It'll probably be Sunday.
No problem. Sunday spirit, brilliant. But
yeah, let's go Bukayo Saka. Absolutely run them ragged. For me, definitely. I know Aubameyang scored and we're going to come to him. He scored a hat-trick. For me, I thought Saka was man of the match.
I'll say that. I'll give him 9 because simple reasons that it's pace. It's good a situation where you've got 180 million pound forward line. Actually, the guy that can actually win football matches for you actually is Saka because simple reasons that he can play any position in the last third and he can do it really well. You could play Saka as a false number 9 and he'll do that. He'll give it a go. You play him on the right hand side, he'll give it a go. Play him on the left hand side, he'll give it a go. And he'll, because the reason is that he's got quick feet and he's very, very direct and he draws fouls because he's, because the ball. He's the only player in our side that can actually maintain his pace when he's on the ball at his feet, and that's just a rare commodity in football. And he's always going to be a dangerous player. And I can understand why Gareth looked at that quality and played in the European Championships because we thought he wouldn't play and he should have been in the squad for rest. But if he stay away from injury, he's going to be a top player. I just pray that Arsenal are successful and challenge for leagues because we'll lose him if we don't.
100%, mate. He's class. He's absolutely class. The thing is, he can play multiple positions equally as good. Yeah, it's like, what's his best position? Like, nobody knows, but he plays every position great.
As much as, I'm not an Arteta fan, but I just think that a top-class manager or a manager of experience and patience, because I think that, Potter, Howe, who've got the experience, not big names, and Conte will think, thank God. I think all 3 of them, especially Conte, because that's the manager we want, and I think, you know what? I can get this guy to a level that he's going to stay at. It's going to be top level. I can imagine coaches like Guardiola.
Mate, if he played for Pep, he'd be world class inside 2 seasons.
Because
literally elite.
Because you look at someone like what he did. If you look at what Pep did with Sterling, just think what he could do with Saka. Treat him with kid gloves, wrap him with cotton wool, make sure he eats the right things. Make sure he doesn't go out with his mates and just keep, because there's levels that I don't think that lad has achieved yet. And you know what I mean? And I think he's only going to get better. I don't think if we can get goals in his game, we're talking Gareth Bale levels.
100%.
Back 2013.
Yeah, he needs to add goals. Yeah, and he did that tonight. And his goal was sick.
There's similarities between himself and Gareth Bale in terms of like they both started as a left back position. And, they're a situation where, to a certain extent, I'm against giving someone like Smith Rowe a free role because I think he hasn't got the footballing brain that I think that a Saka's got to a stand that they can play 2 or 3 positions. Like Saka can play anywhere, and you won't feel like he's clocking up the attack. Whereas Smith Rowe, you feel he's running other people's spaces and is out of position a bit, and that's why always Saka for me. He's really grown on me. So he's getting a 9 anyway.
Man of the match for you?
9 and 9. Man of the match, 9. But then again, what do you give the guy who got the hat-trick?
Well, that's who we're coming on to. His third goal was prime Aubameyang. When that ball went to him, I was like, this is where you want Aubameyang. Skipping in, 2 touches, bang, top bins. But the first 2 goals he scored was like, Aubameyang, tap in, 6 yards out, 3 yards out, alert in the box. Why have we played this guy at left wing back for over a year, Kenny?
I think what it is that it's about a tactics, like not so much under Arsene, but Unai Emery recognised that you can still play Aubameyang on the left, but you have to be able to say all 3 of them interchange. You don't get the impression with Mikel that, or especially in his first full season, that there was any instructions to interchange, because Aubameyang can easily play on that side and still score goals, because all he has to do is get on that shoulder, or defenders hate forwards on the left-hand side, like, Mane and Salah to a certain extent. They hate strikers run across them into forward positions because they can't mark that. When you run across them, you need help. So, and that's what Aubameyang, Salah, Mane to a certain extent, although Aubameyang does it as well as Salah. That's why they get goals, because they are able to interchange between the front 3 and get themselves in positions where they can't be marked, and they're very good on the shoulder.
Is elite. It is world-class movement. Aubameyang had it for like every single season for about the last 6. But when you're asking him to track back and slide tackle and left back, it's like, this is one of the world's greatest
but that's our manager.
Strikers, and you're asking him to defend.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it, is that Arteta has to be a results manager. I mean, he becomes what he should be, a results manager, where, you have to win games, you have to sell you and get a challenge for the top 4, or even a bit higher. You need to play to the player's strengths, which means you have to get a situation where Aubameyang, Saka, Pepe, all could be Lacazette, or in positions where they can hurt teams. Our team need to be scared of Arsenal. And the only way they're going to be scared of Arsenal if Arsenal are on the attack, playing very good football. There are going to be situations where defence is lax, but you can't do what George Graham did when he first went to Leeds, where he just made Leeds difficult to beat. And in his second season, he unleashed the beast and they came 5th. Arteta hasn't done that in 20 months. And that's the thing. You ain't going to see the best of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Saka, Smith Rowe whilst Arteta is manager. You'll see it on a different manager.
Oh, 100%. Let's move on to Lacazette. Came off the bench, scored a goal. Lovely finish, by the way. Great work from Pepe. And
he has a very good record against West Brom, doesn't he? He played well after Christmas. Then he scored. I think when Lacazette is on song and everything comes together, he looks $1 million as well. But the thing is with Lacazette and Aubameyang last season is consistency. Lacazette needs to be more consistent. I think if Lacazette was consistent, I think we'll challenge the top 4. I still say 15 goals from Lacazette, 25 from Aubameyang, 15 or 10 from Pepe, and I want Saka to get about 15, 17 goals, because you look at it, we may not have the money of our rivals, but the simple reason is that you have to make the Emirates a fortress, and you have to go into situations and say, look, we're going there with no fear, and we believe we can go there and win. Spurs did it under Pochettino. They didn't win a pot, but there's no doubt. Everyone in football knows that Tottenham side between 2015 up until 2019 was a very, very good team, an excellent team. That was a bit unlucky. I want us to get those levels, because I know that we know how to win trophies, which means if we do play at those levels, we'll go one better, because we have the luck of the the Irish when it comes to winning trophies, and we've proved that in the
especially
last 7
FA
years.
Cup.
Yeah,
Let's go
definitely.
through the last two. Maitland-Niles came on, got an assist real quick, played some pretty passes.
Well, space as well, space. But Maitland-Niles, we were well pissed off that he didn't start because he could have played in that back three instead of Sade. Again, that's the problem Arteta's got to work out is that there's loads of players who are going to need games, but I think because Arteta needed to win, Maitland-Niles wasn't in a game, and Maitland-Niles hasn't been part of his plans even when we were struggling. And the fact he let him go on loan says a lot about his future at the club. But when he came on, I'm going to give him a 5.
Let's go. Gabriel Martinelli, last player, came on. Didn't
feel
really
sorry
affect
for him.
the game a
I
lot.
really feel sorry for him. He's brought on at a time when you thought he'd have a bit of fun. He'll get in we were creating chances, and all of a sudden we didn't create anything when he came on. He just it's making those runs without any reward, and I feel for that lad under this manager. And I can only give him a 5.
Let's rate the manager. 6-0 win, under pressure going into this game. Away fans we know are ruthless, Kenny.
You know what?
There was a lot of them there tonight.
You got to give this manager kudos for playing a very strong side. You've got to give this manager, kudos for for the fact that he didn't interfere with the flow of the game, stick his nose in, and micromanage. He just went right. I've got players who love attacking. Let's get them attacking. Let's attack these spaces. He didn't try to fix something that wasn't broken. So I'm going to give him a 7 because he did what a manager should do. Recognised what you got in front of you, and it was shit. Let's face it, West Ham was shit. That team was shit in every defence. Midfield, their passing was slow.
Yeah, they had their little fleeting moment in the first 10 minutes.
But no quality up front. No quality. And the way even when they passed the ball, they lacked quality. It was like a golfing class. So you take the fact that we're in the next round and you be happy for the fans. But again, the big test starts now. You need to get people in the Premiership to be scared of Arsenal, and the only way you're going to do that is a front foot. And you have to give Man City a situation, because if we play with a white flag against Man City and invite pressure,
game over.
It's game over, and he'll deserve. And we'll lose badly. And that's when I'm going to make the greatest trouble after him to be replaced. I'll go there myself and get him to type
for your services,
Not at all. I'll just say to him, look, I've written your resignation there. Can you just sign it? Just proofread it.
Kenny, nobody's going to argue with you, mate. You're a big guy.
No, it's not so much that. It's that the way he plays, he's just taking the fear factor away from it.
He invites pressure. He sucks it in, and it's like then you get players like I said a minute ago about Aubameyang. It was so nice to see Aubameyang actually in the central attacking striker positions rather than a left wing back. But listen, we've done nearly 25 minutes on this, mate, and it's touching 3 a.m. my time, 2 a.m. your time.
I better let you go. But one thing we'll say, right before I go, it's not rocket science. You don't have to have Leicester's money, Leicester's organisation, Chelsea's money, Man City's money, Man United's money, Liverpool's great team to have teams fear you. If you play good football and you've got a reputation as an attacking team and you've got evidence that you can hurt teams, they'll fear you.
Like West Ham. West Ham's the
teams fear West Ham
mate.
now and respect West Ham because
slapped Leicester 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and West Ham are not going to go now. No, they are capable of getting results anywhere, and they've got the player who if you keep him fit, he will hurt teams, and that's Mikel Arteta. And that's the thing. It's about mentality. The mentality is all wrong. If you go there and listen to people like Big Kev, Campbell, Martin Keown, and Robbie, who will say, "Oh yeah, how can we compete with these sides?" Then the game's over. You don't think like that
100%. Listen, we might not be able to go toe to toe with Man City and Barca and Bayern and all that. We should be beating Brentford and teams like that, innit? But listen, Kenny, always love, man.
Definitely. Always remember
one thing again for the podcast on Sunday.
Always remember one thing, right? We're I know what Arsenal are, but I know what Arsenal aren't is Portsmouth and Plymouth. You don't fear no one. You go there if you want to go around saying that Man City are not a big club and Chelsea not a big club and prove it on a bloody pitch and don't show them any inferiority complex. By all means, put men behind the ball, make yourself difficult to beat. But when you get a chance to attack, you attack, and you make sure that if they do beat you, they beat you, and they're actually having ice baths afterwards. If they're beating you easily, that's shameful.
Oh, 100%. We'll do this all over again on Sunday.
Definitely.
It'll be the fallout from the Man City game, or we'll be waxing lyrical about a win.
Well, the thing is that football's a funny old game, and they should thrash us out of sight. But if they do thrash us out of sight and it's a white flag, then I'm going to be fuming.
Make sure you tune into the podcast on Sunday, people. Follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta and Twitter. Kenny, always love
you,
it, man.
Sweet
Go and get your nut down. It's 2 a.m. your time and it's 3 a.m. my time.
Well, I better get some sleep then, innit?